Thank you for joining us on the biggest story tonight. I'm Niranjan, and we've been tracking the developments on the PFI. It's India versus PFI. In every state across the country, the PFI has come under scanner. The PFI has tried to spread its tentacles across every state of India, and they're facing a crackdown in every state of India. PFI is most active in Kerala, and that's where most of the action has been seen today. The PFI cadres came out in large numbers despite a High Court order. They came out and held protests in some parts of Kerala, like cities of Kannur. They were even spotted on CCTV throwing petrol bombs. PFI, and the proof against PFI is mounting. There are so many incidents of the PFI's direct involvement in terror modules, in incidents of violence, in cases of rioting, and yet this radical group is trying to hold India to ransom. Let me go across to our correspondents joining us from across the country. Ashwin is joining us live from Kerala. Prajwal tracking the raids in Karnataka. Varshini tracking the raids in Tamil Nadu. Aniruddha tracking the raids in Assam. And I also have Sandeep tracking the raids in Maharashtra. It's a pan-India crackdown on the PFI, and I'll go across to Ashwin first because that's where all the action has been unfolding through the day. Ashwin, some of the pictures that came in showing PFI cadres even attacking cops, attacking the police, clashing with the police, blocking roads, throwing petrol bombs at different parts of Kerala. And this is exactly why they are a threat to India.
Absolutely no doubt what is happening in Kerala is it's a prime example. If the organization is allowed to grow its tentacles, as you rightly pointed out, it was a sample of their power, the obtruse display of power which was shown just in one day. What we see today is something unprecedented. We are seeing protesters in fully masked, trying to hide their identity and throwing stones at public buses. And then we see people again wearing helmet, covering themselves up, chasing a bus and then throwing stones. And then we see the complete number plate of the bike also covered. In the history of Kerala, we have seen so many protests by various political parties, but this is something which has even caught the state police department off guard, so much so that the High Court immediately intervened and said what is happening in the state, and in fact went to take a suo motu case, and the court came in front stating that a suo motu case had to be taken. One, because it was illegal, the hartal was illegal. The court had specifically given an order in 2019 that any kind of strike should have been informed 7 days prior, but 24 hours prior the organizers had informed, and then a strike took place, and all this has happened. And what we see today across, whether it is from Thiruvananthapuram, Kollam, Alappuzha, Pathanamthitta, Kottayam, Thrissur, Kannur, we have seen widespread violence that has taken place. We have seen incidents of petrol bomb which has been thrown at the RSS office, one at a newspaper boy, and a PFI activist getting caught red-handed with 2-3 petrol bombs in his hand. We have seen attack against policemen at Kollam. 2 policemen, CPO has been injured, and this also has come forward. In Iratupeta, 100 people have been detained because they had clashed with the police forces. So what we see today in Kerala is something that definitely the agencies will also carefully see, and what we can definitely say, if this organization is allowed to give such a kind of democratic freedom, what they call it, then it certainly causes problems to the society at large. And that is what is exactly, Niranjan, reflects in the NIA remand report also that we had broken. It certainly says that it causes a great deal of disharmony in the society between religious communities, and also causes harm and also terror recruitment to vulnerable youngsters. All these have come forward, and what we see today is just a sample when the PFI activists were given a free run today, almost like a free run in the state of Kerala, and widespread violence. 57 buses destroyed, 11 government servants injured, 3 passengers in the bus injured, and that's not it. 220 PFI workers were detained more than 120 arrested, all in a matter of just one day. This is something that is a clarion call for action to take place, and rightly said so. We are expecting the agencies to work on it, because the raid that happened yesterday, that has clearly brought out what the PFI is, and it has exposed the PFI as well. Niranjan.
Ashwin, it's not as if you need proof against the PFI, because there are so many tapes. We've seen so many tapes, videos, evidence of even children chanting hate slogans against different communities. And the PFI has tried to play this very legally safe game on record when they will try to deny the statements made. But when no one's looking, when they're addressing cadres, is when they are seen and often caught making these hate statements. For example, there was a comment that came in from this man called Anis Ahmed. If I'm not wrong, he operates out of Bengaluru. He's one of the senior functionaries of the PFI. Gives, when he speaks on camera, he speaks so legally correct. He speaks the correct language, right, while taking on the BJP and the RSS, which of course are their targets. And they speak legally the right things. But off record, and there was a video that came in today, where this man is inciting Muslims to attack. And it's on record. And there are so many videos like that. For example, there was a crackdown in Bengaluru. Let me go across to Prajwal now. There was a crackdown in Bengaluru, Prajwal, where we saw that people from 7 districts had come to one area, and we are hearing that all of them belong to the PFI. They had 35 lakh rupees in cash. They were planning to mobilize people. For what? For what is the question?
All right, Niranjan, because if you're looking at it, it is very surprising that initially in Karnataka, the PFI had a stronghold only in the coastal belts of Karnataka, in Dakshina Kannada and in Mangaluru. But of late, the PFI has started spreading in central Karnataka and North Karnataka too, surprisingly coming in from Koppal and Davangere. This is something which is very shocking, and this is also something which is very alarming. And where is the PFI trying to head? Because usually, if you look at it, the PFI does not have a base in the old Mysore region or the North Karnataka, or else even central Karnataka and South Karnataka too. But of late, more and more such incidents are coming to light now. And this is something which is definitely worrying. And apart from that now, you're looking at the number of arrests that has been made by the Karnataka police today. 15. I beg your pardon, by the Karnataka police on Wednesday, especially the Bengaluru East team and the KG Halli police, where there were 15 people who have been arrested from across 7 districts, and including Bengaluru, it is 8, and they have mobilized all their funds together. And they have mobilized their funds. But what is the source of the funds is the big question here, because that person, Manapadi, under whose name all the credit cards, the ATM cards, bank books, checkbooks, and also the cash seized is being linked to him, and he's just an operator at a fisheries. So imagine that only a single operator has been able to accumulate 34 lakh rupees cash in Karnataka, and this is something which is very alarming, and this is leading to a larger conspiracy. And therefore
sorry to cut you short there, because speaking about the cash trail, I have this flowchart on screen right now. Not sure you can see it because you must be reporting on the field, but you know, this cash trail, that's how it functions. Now, according to the NIA and investigators, look at this, it's mind-boggling. Chinese companies, cash donations, and they like cash donations. I have the flowchart, I'll read from it. There are Chinese companies, there are cash donations, and there are PFI workers, functionaries in the Middle East. So there is a Hawala route which is getting in money from the Middle East. Chinese companies, the most dangerous trend we've seen is Chinese companies being used to bring in cash into PFI, according to investigators, and cash donations. Those are incoming funds, and the PFI's money, look at the locations where the money is going out. Money was used in anti-CAA protest. Money was used in communal riots across India. Money was used in targeted assaults, many of them in the state of Kerala itself. We've seen in Bihar there was a module recently. In Rajasthan they're active again. There have been acts of terror. Physical training camps have been held. I mean, we've reported on these physical training camps God knows what training they give inside those camps. Now, let me go across also to Aniruddha. You heard Aniruddha just now, the Chief Minister of Assam, speaking about the funds, speaking about communal riots and targeted assaults and terror acts. He has spoken about different incidents where there is a direct PFI hand. And he wants a ban.
Yes, Niranjan. In fact, after the CAA protest in 2020, in January 2021, Assam's Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has sent a dossier to the union government seeking a complete ban on the PFI. And today, a short while back, while interacting with the media, he has reiterated his demand for a complete ban on PFI and has also said that investigation is on. As we all know that very recently the Ansarullah Bangla and Ansarullah Islam team has been making inroads in Assam. They have targeted some sensitive districts like Gwalpara, also Guwahati, Morigaon, Barpeta and parts of Barak Valley. And these are also the districts where the PFI is very much active. So is there any link between the PFI as well as with the Ansarullah Bangla and Ansarullah Islam? This is now a part of investigation which is being carried out by the Assam police. Meanwhile, we all know that the NIA have already said that PFI has been instigating you.
I think I'm getting a live feed right now, just be with me, Aniruddha. I'm getting a live feed where the External Affairs Minister of India, S. Jaishankar, is speaking.